and viewers, I want to welcome you back to this wonderful channel. So in this video I'm going to be talking about core features in Yeastar IP-Pbx system. I mean the P series, right? So kindly stay tuned, relax, sit back and watch me. And mostly these core features works hand in hand with the extensions and core controls, that's the inbound and outbound. So kindly sit back with a focused and rapt attention. Thank you. So without wasting time, let's move ahead. So you can locate core features at your left tab of the P-Series PBS interface. So this is my core features, and then under core features we have voicemail, feature code, IVR, ring group, queue, conference, speed dial, paging or intercom, recording, pin list, blocked or allowed numbers. So the first one to tackle is the voicemail. So let's click on voicemail and see what is here. Okay, so let's add. So under voicemail we have group voicemail, and then we have the voicemail settings. Okay, so let's tackle the first one first, which is group voicemail. So let's add okay, so we have this procedure, we need to go ahead with it. So the first one is type, which is custom, ring group, queue. So we have about 3 options: ring group, queue, custom. So I'm choosing custom. The number is 300. The name, so let's say operations. Okay. Mode, shared by members, broadcast to members. So I want shared by members. Okay. Voicemail pin authentication, should it be enabled or disabled? I want it enabled, and I want this pin to be typed before you can actually access the voicemail. Okay. And then it says you have about 3 options down here, which says play date and time, play caller ID, play message duration. So I want the 3 to be effective on this voicemail, okay, on whoever receives it. Now we have the members. This is the part in which you select the any extensions to be part of this voicemail group. And so I'm choosing this entire group, which is operations. And operations is a list of extensions I've selected and created here already. Else you can go ahead and individually add your extensions to this group. Now if you descend down, you can see group voicemail greeting. Under group voicemail greeting, this is where you select a system prompt to be served as the greetings for any person who tries to access the voicemail or sends a message to the voicemail. After that, you just click on save and you are done. Right. If we move rightwards, still under voicemail, we have the voicemail settings. Under it, we have caller options. Under caller options, we have allow callers to press 0 to break out from voicemail. It simply says, if enabled, during the greeting, callers can press 0 to break out from voicemail and be directed to the designated destination. So that's what it means. The second one says allow callers to dial extension. If enabled, during the greeting, callers can press hash, then dial an extension number after hearing the dial tone. The third one says ask callers to press 5 for leaving a message. If enabled, PBS will ask the caller to press 5 before recording a voicemail. When disabled, the recording will start automatically after the voicemail prompt. And the last one says allow callers to review message. If enabled, callers can choose to play, save or record the message after it is recorded. If disabled, the message will be saved when the caller presses hash or hang up. If we descend down, we have the message options, and then we have maximum message time. Default is 600, or we can assign any of these numbers to it. It says enter the maximum duration of a message in seconds. If the maximum duration is reached, the message will be saved automatically. It is 600 seconds by default. Here we have the minimum message time. Enter the number duration of message in seconds. Messages will be abandoned if it is shorter than the minimum duration. It is 2 seconds by default. So this is what we see here, which has been assigned already. We can do a customized one. Now if we descend down, you can see greeting options. We have the maximum greeting time, which is here, and we have global voicemail greeting. So it says note, if the extension user has set up his or her own greeting, the extension's voicemail greeting will be played instead. So this is what it says here. If we come down, we have the voicemail auto cleanup. Okay, and it says please configure in the auto cleanup, and select or enter the maximum number of voicemails that will be stored for each extension. The default is 100. When it reaches 90% of maximum number, the auto cleanup reminder event will be triggered. When it reaches maximum number, the oldest voicemail will be deleted automatically for a new voicemail. Okay, so these are what we can see down here, and then we can see the voicemail transcript, which is more of like a template. Let me see what we can see here. Okay, alright, so we'll go ahead and save it. Okay, so we are done with voicemail and our core features. And mind you, this core features goes with the call control. Okay, when I'm done with this, you will understand why it goes with the call control, because these are various features of which you can decide to make any of these and receive calls in. And any feature you configure here, remember, 1 or 2 extensions belongs to them. Okay, let's move on to the feature code. Under feature code, this is where some basic settings are configured here, like the recording, the voicemail. These are digits you need to press on your physical phones or your soft phone for it to lead you to your voicemail, your call transfers, your recording, right, your call pickup, call packing, intercom, queue, speed dial, present status, switch business hours and holiday status. So these are basically combination of other keys and figures for you to achieve a feature code. Okay, and when you press this, example, if you press *3, it is an attended transfer to a different extension. Okay, if you press *4 whilst a call is coming in, and you press *4 from any extension, it is a call pickup. Okay, so basically this is what call feature code does in the P-Series IP-Pbx system. If we move downwards, we can see the interactive voice response. You know, mostly when you call certain offices, certain organizations, supermarkets, and other corporate institutions, there is this voice that normally plays to you first when you call. It tells you, welcome to this and this company. For sales, press 1. For technical help, press 2. For business, press 3, and so on and so forth. That IVR is responsible for that. What we call the interactive voice response is responsible for that. And this is where we actually configure it. And Yeastar IP-Pbx systems, both the previous versions and the current versions, support this feature. Right. And so when we create our first IVR, we have, this is the IVR code, this is the number. When you dial from any extension, this IVR will be played to you, right? If we come down here, we have the prompts, we have the default, we have the response timeouts, the IVR alert info. Okay, and then the dial extensions. So this part means whilst the IVR is being played out to you, when it's enabled on all extensions, whilst the IVR is being played to you and you know a particular extension, let's say extension 101, whilst the IVR is being played to you, you can simply press 101 and it will cut the IVR short and lead you straight to the extension. So that's what this side does when it's been allowed. We have the dial outbound routes, dial to check voicemail. These are all other options you can implement if you want. Now come to key press event. This is where you have the options like hang up, extension voice, IVR group, ring group, queue, group voicemail, and stuff like that. And so you are telling whoever will call into your premises that so this IVR is going to sound like press 0 for extension maybe 101, press 1 for extension 100, press 2 for extension 103, or press 4. Okay, press 4 for ring group. We've not specified ring group, so let me change it for something else. Okay, for voicemail. Okay, so press 3 for voicemail. It goes on and on and on. Now if you descend downwards, you have press hash for any of these options, but we aren't doing that. Now we are on response timeout. It means in case the IVR responds to the caller and there is no response, as in it doesn't direct the caller to any of the extensions, or the person doesn't press according to the instructions given out by the IVR, it can just time out to perhaps this IVR here. Sorry, let me change it to I've not configured the queue yet. Okay, so let's say extension 100. Okay, for invalid input destination, it should come back to the IVR. and then you save. So we've configured our IVR, okay, and that is still under call features. If we move on to the ring group, this is a number of extensions belonging to this group. So let's go ahead and create a ring group. So this is the ring group extension, and so it says when call comes in, by which process should the call be by which process should the call come in? Is it ring, or it means should call come in, and then you specify ring group as the destination of the call. Should all the IP phones ring all together, or should it ring sequentially? Okay, so I want them to read sequentially. Okay, now in ringing sequentially, at what time, at what second should it be timed out? I want 10 seconds, so that in 10 seconds there will be sequential, of course, coming through this ring group. Now this is where I need to add the extensions belonging to this ring group. So I'm adding these extensions to this ring group. Again, and then in case of failover, in case the call does not get to any of these extensions under ring group, where should it go to? Okay, I want it to go to group voicemail. Okay, and this is what I want. Or they say create a group voicemail for this ring group. Okay, I just want it to be in the group voicemail operations. Yeah, so when you're done, you just save it. So we have our ring group here. The next one is the queue, which looks similar to the ring group. Okay, so under ring group, ring strategy, we have ring all, list recent, fewest calls, random, R, memory, linear. And so I want the call to come in random, so that it rings on any extension that belongs to this queue. Or list call, fewest call. Okay, the maximum waiting time, we have this option, failover destination, hang up, or you can choose this other option here. If you move downwards, we have the agent options. We have agent timeouts, wrap up time, retry intervals, agent announcement. Okay, and then we have this and ring in use. When you are done, you just save it. Then we go to conference. I guess everybody knows what conference is. So let's just create a conference. Anybody who participates in this conference needs to type in this password. All the numbers allowed. Okay. The moderator's password is 101, and then I save, which means if I speed dial 2, that is hash, that is star and 2, it's going to speed dial this extension. Okay, if we move on to paging or intercom, it's almost similar to the conference. And here we have the type, one-way paging and two-way paging. We have the one-way paging, one-way multicast paging, two-way intercom. This all has meanings. Okay, there is a prompt here, and then the broadcast, which extension is going to broadcast. If you select any of this extension, that will be the broadcast extension. Then dial to answer, and then we have these members which can be added for the intercom to take place. When you are done, you save. Then we have recording. Enable recording of internal calls. So internal calls can be recorded if this is enabled. Okay. A prompt can be played whilst the recording is being initiated. Outbound call being recorded, prompt. Inbound call being recorded, prompt is here. Then this is where you select the trunks. Okay. You descend downwards and select the extensions to be part of this recording. You can even go ahead and add a conference and the queue as well. You don't want any hinge side, so you want everything to be tracked and recorded. So when you enable this, you can save. Then we have the pin list. Pin list. Okay, so here we have pin list like this. Okay. This is the number I want to block. Okay. Type, is it inbound or outbound or both? So inbound, I don't want this call, this particular contact to call this line, so you save. Now we've gotten to the point where as initially I said, the call features and call control work hand in hand. They work in collaboration. So let's go to call control and really make you understand. And this is applied in the inbound and outbound rules. So now, you remember we created an IVR as our inbound rule. Great. Under our IVR, okay, so we selected this trunk and the destination is IVR. So this is where we have the different call features like hang up, extensions, extension voicemail, ring group queue, group voicemail, conference, external outbound route, and the rest. So this is where you choose the call feature that we've just configured down here. Okay, if this applies, so the call features actually applies to the inbound. It applies to the inbound route. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you have a clue on how to actually configure your call features in your P-Series Yeastar IP-Pbx system. And remember that your call features actually works hand in hand with your call control, especially your inbound call route. Okay, so thank you very much for watching again. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to share my videos. Don't forget to like my videos, and your comments are expected. Thank you.